Hello everyone, my name is Shane and welcome to my first Civ 7 video from Penguin Powered Gaming. I've been an avid Civilization player since Civ 3, and then I played Civ 4 just a little bit, and I played a whole lot of Civ 5. Civ 5 is actually one of my favorite games. I've got over 1,000 hours in it, and I frequently play on Immortal on that game. And so I know quite a bit about the game, so much so that I skipped Civ 6 and finally decided to take the plunge to Civ 7 after the Test of Time update. It sounded like that you could play with pretty much any leader in any civilization at any age. And so I know that Civ 7 has this age concept of like antiquity, exploration, and modern, and it is a unique take on Civilization, but I think it leads to a lot of replayability. So I'm definitely a big Civ fan, as well as, I play lots of games, but mostly like strategy and role-playing games and things like that are really my bread and butter, but I play all kinds of games. So this is playing on Fedora 44. It's also I'm playing it with a Linux native client, so I'm not using Proton or anything like that. Let's jump right into options real quick. I'm playing on a 9070 XT. I do have the card underclocked to boost the performance. I also have an AMD 9850 X3D CPU. I'm playing ultra widescreen. I've locked my frame rate at 60 frames per second. You really want to do this when you're playing a strategy game. Otherwise, if you have a really high-end card, it's just going to like blast past like 200 frames per second, and your card's going to get really hot. Your fans are going to turn like crazy. I do think there's a bug with this though, so we'll look at that in a moment. By default, the anti-aliasing is multi-sample anti-aliasing. I did change that to FSR also, just to kind of get some of the AI upscaling capabilities from my card. I may do a video comparing the two. I'm not really sure what the differences are just yet, but everything else is on high or ultra quality. So I'm really excited to jump into the game. I've only played maybe 100 turns, or well, no, maybe not even that. Maybe like an hour of gameplay. So I really know very little about the game, because the core concept is very different than previous Civ games. There's no workers or anything like that. So you kind of build out your city, and that's kind of new to Civ. I think it started in Civ 6 from what I understand. So I do see that you can see there's challenges here, and you can unlock and get XP, which I think is a wonderful idea. I really, really like this. You have leader challenges that's very specific to unlock new abilities. I'm very excited about these challenges. I can't wait to unlock some of these. You have various leaders here, like Catherine the Great. This is absolutely beautiful. I love this so much. You have like Edward Teach, which is Blackbeard. I think you have, let's see, Harriet Tubman, Ben Franklin, Alexander the Great. So this is really cool. Charlemagne. So I was a big Songhai player in Civ 5, so I'm probably going to play the Songhai with Amina. I think that she meshes very well with the Songhai. She gets 1 resource capacity in cities, 1 gold per age for each resource assigned to cities. So that's multiple cities. That seems like a weaker trait, but I may be wrong. Because, like, when I think about if you have 3 gold and 3, or I'm sorry, 3 resources and 3 different cities, then that's going to be 9 gold for an age transition. So I'm not sure how powerful that is, but I really do like the +1 combat strength on all units in plains and deserts. That looks that really appeals to me. So she's a mix of economic and militaristic. So let's jump in and look at all of the different civilizations. We have things like Hawaii, Iceland, the Shawnee, Great Britain, America. It's so crazy to me that you can mix and match these. It's really cool. So I think we're going to pick... My 2 favorite civs in Civ 5 was Assyria and the Songhai. I really like those. I think we're going to pick the Songhai. You get +1 resource capacity in cities on navigable rivers. And that's really important because I think that's different than floodplains, from what I understand. So you'll probably see me do a lot of really dumb things in games as I'm learning. I was absolutely a min-max player in Civ 5. Not so much on this one yet. So I will have to really improve my skills over time, I suppose. And then you get +1 production in cities on navigable rivers for every resources assigned to them. So I really like that. So hopefully we start near a river and some desert and plains. That's the idea. And then we have some unique gold type improvements and some infantry that excel when fighting on a resource or pillaging trade routes, which is really cool. And then a unique merchant, it looks like. And then we have some gold-focused civics. Now, I'm not sure about these unlocks. It looks like I can play as Egypt anyhow, so I don't know why this says unlock requirements. Maybe this is like pre-update. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going. My difficulty, definitely not going to play on an Immortal, not yet. So let's start off on Sovereign. I almost always play Standard. Occasionally I will play Epic or Marathon. I generally don't play a faster speed than Standard. We'll go with continuity as our age transition, continents and islands with a standard map size. I did change the game start civilization selection to Apex only, as opposed to Test of Time, because I want to try to keep my civilizations that start around me focused around that age and historical. And with that, let's jump into the game. Oh, and one more thing. There's mementos, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about. This is very exciting to me, so I can't wait to start unlocking these.
Amina, Saronia of the Hausa, bowing to none, prepare your mount for war. You who would not serve, protected those who served you behind high walls.
Alright, so let's see how we started. Looks like we have cotton. I believe this is cotton. +2 food and 2 production. Cotton looks really, really good. What is this? Rubies +4 gold. We're gold focused civ. That looks great. We have some silver, gold and food in all settlements. Okay. So these are floodplains. That gives 2 food. And these are floodplains also, I think. Desert floodplain, yes. Let's see. Flat plains, plains, floodplain, desert, floodplain, plains. Okay, so the plains, floodplain. See, in Civ 5, I actually used to have the resources, or not resources, but the yields memorized. It looks like a desert floodplain gives you maybe 1 gold and 1 food and 1 hammer, and the plains floodplain doesn't give you the gold but gives you 2. I do know that you want to settle near happiness, so if we look at our appeal, this area is way more appealing than anywhere else, but there's 2 cotton here, and I definitely want to try to get these. And we get bonuses if we settle near navigable rivers, which is this space and this space. So that means in this desert, and we can still get this cotton. I think this is a great... Now, I'm just going from past Civ experience, but this to me looks really, really good. You could also potentially settle here. Now, settling here, if you... This is kind of missing something. I'm not seeing a lot of production. So, I do see production here. Now, I used to be able to have very specific cities. So they would have a purpose. I might have a growth city. I might have a production city, a specialist city, things like that. Oh wow, that looks so cool. I've got chickens. So I'm leaning towards this desert area and really going for growth. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, as opposed to this, which would give me this cotton, but I wouldn't get both cottons, and I really want those. Yeah, that's tough. I would be able to get the silver. I can still get the silver there. You're gonna probably hear me think through some of these turns out loud. That's just kind of the nature of the game. If I settle here, I can still build a mine here. I think I can do woodcutter there, and woodcutter there. So that's going to be my plan for production. And probably a mine there. So I think we're going right here in this desert tile, and we're just going to plop down our city. Alright, and I think we'll take our yields off for now. And found our settlement. Okay, let's see, we have... Now some of this, I'm still learning on this, so it looks like we have 1 urban population, and I understand... Oh, speaking of which, now, if you look at my frame rate, it's 250 frames per second, and my graphic card is going nuts. So we need to just go in here. You can see it. I've got it set to 60. I'm going to confirm, not changing a thing, and my FPS drops. So I don't really know if that's a bug. Firaxis, I absolutely adore your games. I'm a huge fan. Please fix this bug. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like we have one person in the city that's working the palace. And we can see that, I believe. Oop, not view hidden. Let's see. How do we see that? Edit name. Purchase. I know we can see city details. Oh, here we go. One citizen, a new citizen in 6 turns. Let's see. 5 gold, 5 hammers, 5 happiness. And we need 29 food to grow the population. Okay, and this tells us a breakdown. I really like this. I'm still trying to learn these menus and where to find everything. So you'll see me make a lot of mistakes there. Like the global yields breakdown. The resource tab, trade routes. I'm still learning kind of all of this. Technology tree. Looks like here's our technology tree. We have 1 turn and we can have farms. A granary. Alright, we're going to build a scout first, for sure, just like in every Civ game. Scouting, I'm sure, is very important in this one as well. Really like the way this looks. Looks so cool. I love how the wind kind of blows off the desert. I really look in the water. You can see like mirror images of this mountainous terrain here. It's so cool. It's just beautiful, and the silver looks like almost like liquid metal. I'm wondering if I need to look at this without the AI upscaling. I'm wondering if that's doing something to the silver, or if it just looks like that. So, all right, yeah, I can get lost in this game. I love it so much. I love Civ games. All right, we have agriculture, so we get to choose a new technology. Now we know, I think to get the rubies, I'm curious if, I think we have to build a mine here. I'm not sure about that. Maybe if you work it, it automatically creates a mine. I think that's what it does. So that's something. See, I'm still kind of learning about that stuff. So let me go to view tree. And we'll go to pottery. +1 production on the following improvements in this settlement from its warehouse. Okay. So this brickyard gives us +1 on clay pits, mines, and quarries. We have a mine here, we have silver here, and we have mine here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then I think we can build a granary once we get this. We're definitely going to be culture bombing soon. Maybe this farm. Sailing. I do like sailing a lot because now you can have fishing boats in rivers, which I really like. But we have mines around us. I don't think that's where I go first off this time. And then the saw pit is really good also when I have woodcutters. So I think I go brickyard first because I want to grow, but I also need production. So we're going to go pottery. And let's see, granary, +1 food, and it's ageless, so it goes through all the ages. +1 food on the following improvements in the settlement. So all farms get +1 food, all pastures, all plantations. So I don't see any pastures. I think cotton does plantation. Yeah, improve here to get plantation. So we built. Did we build a scout? Do we have our scout? I thought we. Yes. Okay, we have a scout. All right. So do I want to go? Typically, I go 2 scouts. I kind of want a granary really quickly. Is this 11 turn? 11 turns, yeah. 6 turns for a scout. I may regret this, but I think I'm going to put out a granary as quickly as possible in this scenario. Because it's going to, when I start farming the floodplains, it's going to give me extra food instantly. And then I'll go to the cotton next. So we're going granary. And I think, so this is interesting. I didn't know this until like just maybe a few minutes before the video. I realized that you can actually put a granary right in the middle of your tile. So right where the palace is, I think you can only put 1 improvement, and I think it's going to be granary. So let's put it there. Let's see. Can you actually see? Oh, I think it's behind the palace. Yeah. Look, you can see birds in the palace flying around. That is absolutely amazing. Such a beautiful game. Alright, so now our scout. Now, I did realize when I was looking at these options in the right hand corner here, you can pet your dog. And I don't know what good that does. Like, it's really cool. You can kind of watch him pet the dog, but I don't know if it does any good whatsoever. Let's see. Automate exploration of unrevealed territory. The unit will stop exploring if there is a discovery nearby, or if they move into a zone of control. And search. Increase sight range +1 for 1 turn. Reveal all discoveries within twice this range. Okay, so that's really cool. What is my increase sight range? So, how many... Okay. I think I'm going to go forward 1 tile. So it looks like I can move 2. Right? Yep, 2. I want to go forward 1 tile. And I have a reef. And I have salt. Did I... Maybe I didn't see that salt to begin with. I thought I'd... Yeah, I guess I didn't. And we have incense, which is 10% science. 20% production from salt. That is amazing. That's so cool. Very excited with that. And now we're going to try this search. I haven't done this yet, so... Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So, that is very, very powerful. We have a lot of science out here. At least one of those is within my city range. That's promising. Then we have something over here. There's a cave. There's some kind of cave over here. So I think this will be a quest of some kind, or like a goodie hut, maybe? And look, you can even see the fish swimming around under the ocean. Really cool. So stuff like that impresses me. Alright, so next turn. Alright, now, if we look at our numbers, it looks like a granary will be built in 10 turns. We have 2 population now. And I think a new population will grow in 4 turns. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. Yes, new citizen in 4 turns. So I had to think about that. So we can grow our city. So where do we want to grow it? Now we get 4 gold from rubies. Does that reflect that? Oh, it doesn't. So it doesn't really reflect the improvement, I don't think. But I think if we improve this, we get a mine, and we're going to get more gold, which is nice. We're getting 5 per gold per turn now. But I really want food. I want to grow as quickly as possible, and I also want this cotton. So we're definitely going here. Improve here to get a farm, and let's see. The add improvement result. It looks like a farm will give us 2 more. Is that right? I don't understand the improve. It doesn't look like you get the. I don't see +4 gold if I hover over this tile. So it looks like 1 production, 1 hammer, maybe. All right, we're gonna click this. See what happens. All right, so we culture bomb the area, and I still see. Oh, okay, it's 2 food because I'm adding 2 from this tile. So that's really interesting. It doesn't seem to, when you improve it with a farm, it doesn't give you more food instantly. That was my expectation. I think you improve it, and then the granary will improve all of the farms in that city radius or diameter or whatever. Okay, so now we are getting 7 food. So that's 2 extra food per turn. And 1 extra hammer. That's fantastic. And I think we're going towards this cave. Yes. Okay, so can I go this way? For some reason it doesn't want me to. I guess this forest may slow me down. It doesn't want me to go that way, so I'm going to go over here. Okay, and we're going to go. That automated search was very cool. I'm going to have to remember to do that more. Really like that. So let's see. We have man units. I guess we have 2 more turns to grow, 7 more turns until the granary. Boy, it really takes a long time to build a granary early in the game. Alright, so let's go 1. And let's see, what did we... Okay, we found more silver over here. We found a river, but it's not sailable. Navigable. We did find wool. That gives production and happiness. I like that. Alright, let's see what this cave is. This is exciting. Artisans have refined a technique for making glass. Pouring molten sand into unique clay molds, the dust of the earth is cooked into captivating charms. Okay, learn the glassmaker's technique. 10 production, plus 10 production, and 50 happiness toward the next celebration to Goa. Okay, I really like the production. That's super nice. That will probably let's see, I've got 7 turns left for the granary. And then package the goods for the market, which is 75 gold. Now, gold is also kind of important. Let's look at the city for a moment, and let's just look at purchase. If we purchase a granary, it's 160 gold. So if we found a couple of these goody huts and took gold, then you could actually buy, potentially buy something, but it gets much more expensive, I'm sure. And as much as I like to focus on gold and culture, I'm not usually a warmonger, although I do go to war when it benefits me. I kind of want to get that granary going because I'm focusing on food so much early on. So let's see. Oh, and 50 happiness towards the next celebration. Let's see. Where is the 37 turn? Okay, so we have okay, I see the number now. We have 37 turns for the next celebration. So let's note that. Apparently there's a crisis that happens before the age end. That's interesting. Alright, so 37 turns and 7. We are going to learn the glass maker's technique and learn how to make, let's see, some type of glass molds or clay molds. Yeah, some type of glass. Alright, we learned how to make glass. Now, that increased or decreased, however you want to look at it, the turns for the granary from 7 to 5. That's huge. And 27 instead of 37 for the celebration. I don't regret that at all. That was absolutely amazing. This is only turn 4. Okay, so next turn, turn 5, command the units. I think we're going to do an automated search here. Well, I guess we can move one tile first, right? Yeah, we can move one first. Where do we want to move? Kind of want to go back this way. Let me think about this. Yeah, I think we're going to move one here. And then we're just going to... This is a good spot to do the search. And boom. Alright, so we found... It looks like some wreckage. What kind of wreckage? It looks like wagons, maybe? And then, what is this? A Chiron? It looks like some type of like ceremonial type thing, so that's exciting. What is a Chiron? C-A-I-R-N. You're gonna see me do this stuff sometimes because oh well, this time it did. Okay, I'll look that up later then. Alright, so we found gold. This is actually an interesting place for a city. We have elephants over here also. There's no navigable river. I'm really trying to take advantage of the rivers, and I'm just not finding them. Alright, our city grows to 3 population. Very exciting. So now I think we're going to get cotton and let's see. So we have 6 production and 7 food. Cotton should make that increase. I think we're going to get 2 more food, so what was that? 7 food and 6 production. So I think we get 2 food from the tile and 2 food from the cotton, I believe. And then the granary will be even more. So 7 food, 6 production. So we're going to grow our city. Now this is interesting. Okay, so I wonder how I'm getting the cotton. I wonder if I automatically get the cotton. I did see something about adding the resources, so maybe I have to do that. Not sure. So 7, 8, 9. That'll give me... We're definitely going to work that. We're going to grow into that. Alright, so now I'm working... See, this is a plantation. Yep, this is a plantation. So, okay. And how... Where's my resource? Looks like few resources. Oh, okay. Oh, now I have 11. Do I have... Does that show up in the city screen? It does. Oh, nice. So I had 7, 8, 9 from the tile, 10, 11 from this, and then I think the granary actually helped me too. Let's see. No, the granary, I don't have that yet. So I get 2. Oh, cotton is so good. Oh my gosh. 2 production, 2 food. That's amazing. So now 11 and 10. That went from 7 and 6 to 11 and 10. That was huge. And then my granary. How do I see what the granary does again? I know it gives food. Okay. +1 food on the following improvements on farms and plantations. So this will give me +1 food from the granary. +1 for my farm, and +1 for my plantation. So that I think it's 3. It should give me 3. We'll find out. Let's remember, because I think this will go from 11, 12, 13, 14. I think it'll be 14 food. So we should be growing really quickly. See, we will grow again in 6 turns. Our growth rate should be going up. Now I wonder if... I always liked in Civ 5 looking at demographics. I don't know if this has demographics. Victory... Let me look at victories. Haven't met anyone yet. And I don't see a chart. Like, it would show you... Okay, so I see GDP, but it would show you like who has the most science, who has... I think this will show you all of that. But it would also show you who had the most food, who's number 1 in food and whatnot. I'm not sure if you can see that, maybe. Okay, as much as I want to look at another city... Oh, this... Maybe my scout founded this. There's a ruin right there I need. I have 25 gold, not enough to buy anything. Really need to... Okay, so we're just going to go through there. Try to get these as much as possible. Jade, this is not only one of my favorite resources in a game, it's kind of one of my favorite... I guess, I guess it would be called a gemstone, maybe? I don't think it's a mineral. I think it's a gemstone. I just really like jade. I like things made out of jade. So we found wine over here. There are no rivers that are navigable, but I do see, like, I don't think this is a bad area to put a city, to be honest, in this area. Like, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, I think. Got a lot of happiness, food production, some science over here. It's really cool. What does Jade give you, by the way? 10% plus 10% gold. So you can specialize probably in a city, like a gold city with jade or something. Alright, so next turn, we're going to... I think we're just going to go see what this is. Okay, the fallen dead of a nearby conflict have been left without a resting place. A proper cemetery would honor them and draw pilgrims from far and wide. And this is grayed out. So, commission a cemetery to honor the fallen, minus 50 gold, because I have 32 gold. I would have totally chosen that. My other choice is to move on. Oh, I get 50 gold though. Well, I mean, it's a free 50 gold. So this is a goodie hut, basically. I think I might have chosen the culture. I'll take the gold though. That's fine. Yep, I'll definitely take the gold. Now I have 82. So if I run into any more fallen warriors that are not buried, maybe I can help them out. Alright, going into turn 8, I'm probably going to stop the video around turn 10. Kind of talked a lot so far, and I need to give my voice a rest, I guess. Okay, so let's see. We need to choose production because now we have a granary, I think. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. Okay, we got 1 for the granary. You can see that in the middle. We have 6. And then we got 1 extra for the farm and 1 extra for the plantation. That's amazing. Because I plan on doing the other plantation as well. I'm going to grow the city as much as possible. I do need a mine though. I do need some production. So we may be going for probably might go for a mine near where the rubies are actually to get the gold. So let's see. What do we want to do next? Well, probably not a fishing quarry. +1 for fishing boats, and I just don't see a lot of fishing opportunity right now. Unfortunately. So I think probably a warrior. Just in case we need to defend ourselves. So we're going to go warrior next. Where are we with pottery? We have 2 more turns. Okay, so we'll finish that around turn 10, or at turn 10. Okay, so we have wine and crabs here. Wow. Okay. Gosh, there's so many resources on this side of the map. Yeah, I may have to expand even without a river like that. I may have to expand there. Now, we also, because let me look at Songhai for a moment. Let's see. +1 production in cities on navigable rivers for every resource assigned to them. So we should be getting an extra +1 production here in Goa. So we had, what, 6? And then, let's see, 6. Yeah, 5, 6. And then 7. Think, let's see. Let's just kind of look and see. I'm not sure where we're getting these hammers. Okay, from the buildings. Okay, that's the palace. From improvements, the farm and the plantation. So I like how it breaks it down. And then from resources allocated. Okay, 2 from cotton. Cotton gives us 2. And then assigned resources, that is the Songhai ability. So that's really, really beneficial. Cotton is such an incredible I really want this cotton. It's going to take me quite a bit of growth to get to it, though, because I've got a culture bomb one tile, and then culture bomb another tile, and then eventually grow into it. So that's going to take me a while. So I think, let's see, how many turns does it take to get over there? 3. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, that's unfortunate, actually. Let's just search over here. We're gonna have to move. What is this? 10. Oh wow. Okay, 10. All right. And we finally found another river that's navigable, but it's it looks like this might be it. I don't know that it might end on this tile. So this is turn 8. We'll go to turn 9. And I think we're going to go here. And, well, I was kind of right. It turns into floodplains here. But we have cotton. So that's looking pretty good. This might be an area for another city somewhere over here. Possibly there. Okay, and because like if I had not found it on this river, then I wouldn't have gotten that extra production. And then I'm going to get more production as soon as I bring in another resource. So the Songhai is awesome. I think we're going to have to kind of go right there on the river. So I'm using a lot of turns to just to get to this, and another sieve might get this before I even. And I'm gonna try to get it with my warrior. All right, next turn, and I think. Yep, this is turn 10. We got pottery, so now I haven't built a mine yet. So in the next video, I'll probably start building mines out, as well as trying to put a brickyard down as I start developing these mines, because I've got plenty of growth here, but I need some production to keep up with the amount of growth that I'm doing. And hopefully we will be maybe building a settler, crossing my fingers, in the next game, or the next video. Let's kind of look at our technology tree real quick, to kind of see if I can determine where I want to go. Let's see, garden. Yeah, the garden's not really benefiting me a whole lot. So I may actually go into animal husbandry for the saw pit, because I can create some woodcutters. I have to kind of give that some thought before I pick. So I think let's at least do this, and this will be the last thing we do. I need to give it some more thought on where we go in the technology tree, and kind of think about where we're going to expand. But I'm just going to kind of go into this wreckage. Farmers were forced to flee when a wildfire engulfed their homestead. Now they poke through the aftermath, looking for a way to start again. Welcome to Goa. +1 migrant. Or conscript them. Okay, so we have not found... Oh wow, there's someone right there. Who's this? He's hostile. Arcane Village, hostile. Okay, so we have a hostile village nearby. That's a little scary. I'm definitely not military ready, even though I am going to have 1 warrior. I think I'm going to think I'm going to create a warrior. I absolutely was going to grow my city. That is kind of a bummer to me because I want to grow my city, but I think with a hostile scout, we are going to conscript these farmers and take out their pitchforks out of their hands and give them a sword or the equivalent of thereof. So we have conscripted them, and now we have a warrior. I was actually expecting them to be at my scout. So now I don't think we can attack them yet, but now we have them here. So we're gonna move right there at the scout. So it looks like we might have an interesting battle coming up. This poor man with like walking his dog might get beaten by these clubs. So tune in next time, and I think it's going to be an interesting game. Take care, everyone.